So in this episode, there's mainly like two separate things, main things that were going on. The first one we're gonna focus on is what happened in the first part, where involving the prisoner, the puppeteer for him, Hugo. So it's while Noel is talking to Hugo, while Noel is visiting Hugo at prison, we get the cliff version of Hugo's backstory. Pretty much, the puppeteer, his class, it was pretty much like that little kid in Naruto that fought with puppets. He had like a big puppet on his back. It was pretty much like that. So he was pretty much a lone wolf, and like he was, he had his pretty much his party members were his puppet. So he was, the only guy in the group. And so I guess somehow, and I guess Noel said he was classified as like a genius seeker, pretty much a prodigy. So obviously, hearing that from Noel, there's probably some sorts of I guess jealousy from other groups, cause jealousy or whatever, and I'm guessing that's what made him retire from seeking. It's he, for some reason, he retired in his backstory, and I'm guessing someone threatens his life or something. And then he said after that, I continued as a doll maker, pretty much. And it's very obvious, and especially like if you saw his dream, like he was dreaming of what really happened that night. Like he couldn't get a real glimpse of the person, but he could feel their like aura, like how when we see Noel just kind of depicted as like a snake. Like that's the kind of energy Hugo felt, like that red aura kind of thing. So he couldn't really identify the person, but he could tell like someone is here. Like I'm not the only one in here. So after hearing that, to me it was obvious that this person, whoever framed Hugo, is the same person that made him retire in his early days as a seeker. Maybe another seeker that was jealous, and like I guess after finding out where Hugo is, he wanted to frame him, like make sure certain death. So yeah, that's kind of my whole thing. And then obviously Noel left, saying that, you're I'm gonna break out here, and you're gonna join my party or whatever. So yeah, that's where it ended. Again, a lot to go into, but I feel like I already went into what I wanted to, so that's the first part. The second part, which happened in the second half of the episode, was the thing with Leo. So it was obvious. Well, for me, after watching the episode, it's hard for me. Like I can kind of imagine when they say, like, when this inspector, she was talking about Leo, and she was like, yeah, he's arrogant and lazy, but his power is real. And just this watching this whole time after hearing that, like I had a big trouble seeing what fault this guy has, because we saw his childhood. He was doing the right thing since childhood, and he just seemed like a really cool kid. But if you watch anime for as long as I have, you know that when someone says they're lazy and they're arrogant, that will catch up to them, even though they have the power to back it up. That will eat them up at the end of the day, like Noel says. And so Noel, we obviously at the end of the episode we see he gets rejected for the clan. And then, you know, the guy, explains the same thing that he did to Noel, and then he says, "Oh, there's another party that begged me for a second chance." No, he says, "Okay, if you guys really want to be a clan, go take down this I guess this boss, I guess number 8, I don't know, mind reading demon, whatever. But the job is okay. Go take that down, and I'll acknowledge your clan." But then at the end, Noel said, well, not Noel, but the guy says, "Oh, there's this other party that a few days same thing happened. I rejected it, but they're begging me for a second chance." And it turns out to be Noel's party. And so I wanna go back. So after the whole I guess you call it little skirmish they had in the bar, in the tavern. We see Noel, I mean not Noel, but we see Leo and his right hand man, the guy with the staff. They go to their own private bar, and they sit down, they talk, they're like, "Oh, I got this letter from the mail about like clans, and that like the strongest people be clans or whatever." And that after reading that, after confirming everyone in the group got the message, got the letters, I guess they got hyped up, and that made them like go see. So I don't think this is a theory, but I believe this whole thing was set up. Like Noel said, probably the reason why he went to that tavern was because, like he said, he wanted to, I guess in a sense, like, I guess what I'm saying is this whole thing was Noel's plan. Like, ever since going to a tavern, he planned it. Like, he made sure, he was like, okay, he's the one who sent the letters to all 4 the members, so they could get hype and be like, "Yeah, leader, we're ready for this," and whatever. And Noel's smart. He's very smart because he knew that the guild wasn't accepting any client right now. And so what the letter did was to make sure, like, yeah, I guess to give them empty hopes, or not hopes, but empty like confidence. Like, just, they think because they got this letter, they believe now they're of they're of strength to combat this mind reading demon. And I guess this is where Noel's thing of him being arrogant comes back. I could see, and then the episode ends with Noel's party and Leo's party, agreeing to be like to take this test together. And it's obvious that how Noel is going to tackle this. He's probably going to try and get under their skin throughout the whole thing. And then when it's time to handle some kind of big boss, Leo, I just feel like this whole thing is, being played by Noel. Like, it's obvious Noel's probably gonna be a clan and not Leo's party. But, yeah, very interesting on how, I like how Noel fights. Like, he's not weak. I think we saw his body. He was pretty built. He had muscles and everything. But I think it's very smart because it's taking fights that he doesn't have to fight physically. Like how he threatened that guard when he entered that tavern. Like, you could tell, dude, the guy with armor, he was ready to, like, kick them out forcibly, like, unfortunately, because obviously Noel was C rank. But if Noel didn't have that information of, oh, I know, it's a baby. If it's a baby boy, it's this. If it's a girl, it's this. And all, like, if Noel didn't have that information, if he wasn't such a talker, then he would be dead by now. But yeah, so far I really enjoyed this show, and I can't wait for future episodes. I mean, I really like Noel's whole character, and I'm rooting for him. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.